It's been a pretty crazy journey, but we are finally at the end, and we're going to give you a recap of how we got to this point. That is not what I envisioned, what Melissa envisioned, so we have to make a very quick decision. We're over budget, and we have to decide on cutting some things out.
Okay, so what we have left is to finish the exterior with hardy siding, install a new roof, paint the interior and exterior walls. We've had a lot of ups and downs with this project, but after today, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
My name's Brandon McFarling, and I'm a real estate agent and multifamily contractor here in Austin, Texas. We're already over budget, so we've got to get the guys out here. A few years ago, when our family size grew from 2 to 4 kids overnight, we decided we needed a bigger home. 1,000 decisions that have to be made throughout this whole process. You miss stuff, and this time it's going to be probably pretty expensive, but we've got to figure out what we're going to do. So in the hottest real estate market in decades, we found a house, but it's going to need a lot of work. This is it. She's a beauty, right?
Kind of feels like the floor is shaking.
So to save some money, I teamed up with my wife, Melissa, and we're going to do the renovation contracting ourselves. Because hey, how hard can it be? So the demo's done, all the structural changes have been made to the house, the windows are in, and the guys just finished up the drywall. Now it's time to add some of the things that help make the house more functional. Cabinets, countertops, and eventually fixtures and all the rest of the fun stuff.
Our son was experiencing some pretty chronic respiratory problems, and after doing some digging, we realized that a lot of it was coming from some airborne toxins. And one way we thought we could mitigate this for him was using less toxic materials in our home.
So I did a lot of research trying to find a company that would make cabinets that didn't use a formaldehyde-based adhesive. I found Malden Cabinets, and my concern is, are they going to have the colors that we need and the styles? And then of course, is it going to be within our budget? I sent the plans over to Ross, and tomorrow Melissa and I are going to go in and we're going to see what options they have.
Hey!
Hi, good
Hey,
to see you.
so good to see you too. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. You ready to get started?
Yes, we're
All right,
excited.
let's do it.
Go.
Melissa and Brandon came in and they had a specific interest in our non-toxic cabinetry because of their son and his sensitivities and having some asthma type issues. And so that was a really good fit, and we worked through with them the selections in terms of different door styles and different colors. And so we narrowed that down to what they were looking for in each of the spaces, and then got the details all dialed in and got those ordered.
When I found out the cost difference for these non-toxic cabinets was practically nothing, I could see the relief in Brandon's eyes. It was like a huge weight was lifted off of both of our shoulders.
All right, now that we have cabinets out of the way, it's time to move on to countertops. I've called my buddy Tom over at True Blue, and he's going to meet me at Architectural Services to go over our options. And there are a lot of options for countertops here.
So they let us loose. Let's just browse. Tell me what you like about things, what you don't like, so I can help you try to get where we need to be.
Okay.
Are you liking the broader veins, or maybe something thinner?
I think something a little bit thinner would be nice and not so dark.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not as bold of a pattern as that.
I love this one. I remember that we looked at it in a smaller scale.
It's hard to tell on a
Yeah.
4x4.
So different.
That's
big.
very different, yeah.
So after we looked at a lot of slabs,
And by a lot, you mean hundreds.
we found the perfect one that's going to look great in our kitchen.
And that was probably the 4th slab we looked at, but for some reason we just kept going and looking at more and more slabs. All right, it's another exciting day. The guys are here to install the cabinets. We'll finally see how everything turns out based on the measurements we took. right, well, walked in the house, excited about the cabinet, seeing everything installed, and noticed that the island has this extension on it. It's about 12 inches out, just completely, it goes as far as the overhang of the island. That is not what I envisioned, what Melissa envisioned. I didn't have that envisioned, that this,
Oh, is that big?
like the countertop hangs over that. You've got that big side. I mean, I don't want to look at this the rest of our lives if we don't like it. So now we just have to decide. It's just so frustrating because there's 1,000 decisions that have to be made throughout this whole process, and you miss stuff.
Okay, I think it's worth looking into.
But the other problem is we don't have time. Like, the guys are here now.
Yeah.
So we have to make a very quick decision. So the next step is seeing whose fault is it? Is it my fault? Is it cabinet people's fault? Like, it's not what we envisioned. Look back at the plans, and sure enough, it's in there. We missed it. I approved it, so it's 100% our fault.
Is that what your vision?
It's not. There's 1,000 decisions that we're making, and it's
I
like,
just didn't even notice it.
no, I know. I mean, it's on the pictures. Like, we approved it.
Yeah.
So many decisions to make. Like, it's frustrating to miss. It's kind of a big thing to miss, but. And this time it's going to be probably pretty expensive, but we've got to figure out what we're going to do. But gosh, I hope this is not expensive.
Yeah.
It's just all these little things just keep adding up. All right, so I guess just leave it here. Okay, all right.
USA Insulation's premium injection foam fills the gaps in walls to create a barrier around your home, allowing you to be the one to decide what the temperature should be. So if it's hot outside, it can be whatever you want inside.
USA Insulation.
So to fix the cabinet issue where the end cap was going too far under the countertop, we were able to cut it off and then just add a piece of trim. We ended up ripping the baseboard part the same width as the trim was, so really you can't even tell. It looks like it was meant to be that way the whole time. We're very happy with this solution, and I don't think you'll even be able to tell. But we got the cabinets. The cabinets are in.
Great.
It's fun to see everything kind of move around in the space and see it. Remember the hiccup that we had?
Yes.
Malden came through in the clutch, and they're gonna help us, so we don't have to buy this whole piece. That was gonna be very expensive.
Yeah.
We're able to cut this, and they're gonna get us a trim piece that matches this
Oh, wow.
and cover it. So
Okay.
you really won't be able to tell, and we can work it in kind of with the design. So that'll look good, so we can get that extension out of here.
Okay, I think that'll help this space feel more open.
Yeah.
For sure.
Looking back, I was really upset at this, but at the end of the day, it was actually a pretty easy fix, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. We've had our fair share of ups and downs with this renovation, but today is a day we've really been looking forward to. The countertops are finally going in.
We've seen plenty of renditions of these countertops and cabinets, but nothing compares to seeing it all come together in person.
Funny how in the construction process, one thing can really hold up a project. Other times you get surprises like the wood floors. I get a call that they're going to be there in 30 minutes to deliver all of the wood floors. And of course, it's a time that nobody's there at the house. So we end up unloading all of these floors, and they're just sitting in my driveway. It's 100 degrees outside, and I have to bring in every single box, one by one, of these pallets of wood floors. It was exhausting, but someone had to do it, and I was available. So today I got a call that I did not expect. Our luck may have just run out.
Imagine a home strong enough to protect your family and durable enough to withstand what life throws at it. A home as timeless as the memories you'll create in it. A home so beautiful, its exterior is the centre of your universe. It's possible to bring your dream home to life, exactly the way you imagined, with James Hardie's range of exterior cladding solutions.
Hello?
Hey, Brandon, you got a minute?
Yeah, how are you? It's been a while.
I'm doing all right. Hope y'all are doing okay. I'm just calling to give you a heads up. I'm going to put the house on the market starting in July, so I'm going to need you and the family to be out of the house by end of June.
Wow, in July. Gosh, okay. Is there any way we can at least get like one more month or half a month or anything?
With school about to start up as soon as, July ends, we're gonna need the full month to make sure we get this thing sold.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the info.
Sorry, man.
It's all right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh man, that is so frustrating.
So I just got a call from Brandon, and he seemed pretty concerned, so I could tell when I got here that he was stressed.
All right, thanks for meeting here. There's still a lot going on with the house. This is kind of the quietest place I could find, even though they're still doing some work. So I mentioned that I'm gonna have a conversation with the landlord. I did. They're not gonna extend our lease.
Okay.
So basically that means we have to be out by the end of June so that they can list it in July.
Okay, so what does that mean with timing on getting out of the rental and being able to move in here?
So we have about 3 months. So getting to the end of June, we just have to get the list of things done, on the house.
So are there things that we don't have to do in order to pass inspection?
Yes, there are some things we can cut. The things that we have to do is, the next thing is the siding on the outside.
Okay.
Then we have to paint the exterior, paint the interior, and then once that's finished, then it's all the finish out. So light fixtures and plumbing fixtures and just all the interior stuff and the tile. Some of the tile we've done, some we haven't, and it's just getting that finished.
So we need to make a lot of decisions quickly.
Yes, and really the timing of everything is going to have to go pretty smoothly. So, trades are going to kind of be on top of each other, which I really don't like, but that's just what we got to do.
And you're heading into your busy season with work, so how do you think this is going to happen?
Well, the good news is with the busy season, it actually starts in July. So
Okay.
being done in June is, to our advantage anyway. So, that's kind of the positive out of this, but it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of stress.
Super tight timing.
Yeah. And then once we finish that, then a lot of work and a lot of stress with work. So fun times ahead. So basically we just have to get a really good plan together that we can execute to get done. Like basically we have 3 months to finish this and get moved out of the house and moved in here, and we can't move anything in until we've passed the final inspection. And so that's our big goal.
Okay. I think we could do it.
I hope so. Let's give it a try.
Folks hire guys like us. Staining and sealing like a pro can be a real headache.
And they're right, unless they know our secret.
We have a secret?
Oh yeah. Ready Seal Stain and Sealer for wood is the professional's product of choice. The one-of-a-kind formula means no laps, streaks, or back brushing required.
Hey, am I doing this right?
Doesn't matter, son. Stuff's goof-proof.
Ready Seal. Look for the goof-proof label and get it right on your first try.
Got any other secrets?
Oh, we're just getting started.
So the next thing we have to do is install the James Hardy siding. This one I'm really excited about because we've got one of my brother's contacts, Victor Valdez, is going to come do the install. He did a project for my brother at his lake house and it turned out awesome. So we're really excited to get his crew in here and see what they can do. Well, the Hardy arrived this morning and so did Victor's crew, so we're ready to get things going.
So what we're doing here is we're installing a James Hardy 7 1/4 smooth lap siding with smooth Hardy trim. The overlap is 1 1/4 inches, so it'll leave you a 6-inch reveal, as you can see here.
Okay.
This particular application, we're doing trim first and then butt to,
Okay.
which is the way we're set up here. Any horizontal trims will have Z-bar flashing on it.
Okay.
And as you can see, they're moving along.
Yeah. So what's kind of the standard procedure? So we've got our windows are so close to the roof line, like they're right under the soffit. So do you need any flashing there?
Because those are so close to the soffit and you have the zip system underneath, there's no need for Z-bar flashing there, but we're putting Z-bar flashing on all other windows that fall below that range there.
Well, yeah, everything's looking good. I love the joints are very precise. Your crew clearly knows what they're doing.
Right, and
it's very flawless.
And there's a few things that we look at when we're installing the James Hardy siding is staggering the joints, nail patterns, not driving your nails too deep or over-sinking your nails because it's not recommended on the Hardy application. So there's a lot of little things like that we do that not your typical carpenter would do.
It's going to save the painters a lot of time. They're not going to have to caulk very much.
Absolutely.
As I'm walking around, I'm noticing the joints are so tight that Victor and his crew are able to do. It's going to make the painter's job so much easier. Well, we finished the siding and the painters got here and they're actually able to get started a lot sooner than we thought. Victor's crew did such a good job. There weren't a bunch of nail holes and things that we had to fill. They were able to just get started on painting really quickly. All right, so we got all the paint up now and we're able to see the contrast between the door and the window and the paint. The door is just a little bit too white. We weren't sure when we picked the door out what exactly the paint colors were gonna be, but now that we're seeing it together, we really want this door, all the trim around the white part to be the same color as the window. So I've got to meet with the painters. I'm sure they can do it. It's nothing crazy, but it is a change that we'll have to bring up to them. And I think they can paint all this. It's fiberglass, so it'll be a special paint. But we can do a color match and I think we can make it work. So after talking with the painters, it was actually pretty easy to paint these fiberglass doors. We were able to do a paint match and it looks exactly like the windows. You really can't even tell that they were ever a different color. Thanks to the guys at Top Roof Roofing, they came in and did a great job. We did asphalt shingle on the second floor and we went with a class 4 shingle because we get a lot of hail in this area, and so we just went ahead and bumped up that so that we're hopefully not replacing our roof next time there's a hailstorm. And then on the first floor we went with the standing seam metal roof. The guys did a great job installing and I think it turned out great.
We've had a lot of ups and downs with this project, but after today I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Like that's Excuse you. All right, so the demo's done. Sorry, let me start over. I always say all right. I've noticed that now.
You want me to do it one more time? Yeah, can you do it with like a little bit more energy?
Nah, that was a lot of energy. Do you want me to give you something to bleep? Come on, you guys. There's cameras everywhere. I'm trying to go to the bathroom.
Right. It's right in his ear. Well, it has to be close to the
Sorry, I'm already blind, so just yeah. I wasn't available. I had no choice but to be available. So many better things to do. So Paige, what has your perspective of this remodel been like?
Boring.
Boring? What was boring about it?
Well, that we had to go back and forth.
Why are you laughing? This is ridiculous.
I keep laughing.
I know. We're never gonna. We got stuff to do.
think you coming across stressed. I don't know why it's funny.
What was something fun about it?
Nothing really.
Nothing? Oh my gosh.
I know.
Sorry. I don't know why this is even difficult.